In Montreal, there's a saying that you can eat out every single day of your life without eating at the same place twice. So, in this video, I'll bring you along with me as I explore the top 10 hidden food gems in the city of Montreal. The goal will be to incorporate some of the lesser known food spots that should not only get recognition for the quality of food, but also for the unique and creative ambiance that allows its visitors to have a memorable experience. We'll discover everything from the spicy flavors of the Caribbean to the comforting soul food of the South. And hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll see why Montreal is perceived as such a unique and diverse city. So, the first location is open all year round, but has a picnic option during the spring, summer, and autumn months, which makes this spot one of the top picks for restaurants on my list. Dinette Triple Crown is a family-owned business that prepares southern comfort food in the Rosemount district of Montreal. Although they do takeout, I think the best way to maximize your experience is to arrive in person to witness the charming rustic look of the space. The smell alone coming from behind the counter made me want to try everything that was on the menu, but after much internal debate, I finally settled for the individual dinner menu. Now, after choosing your meal, they then ask if you prefer to eat at their indoor diner next door or to have a traditional picnic basket to go. With the day being as beautiful as it was, we easily opted for the picnic option. One of the beautiful things about this location is that there is a public park with tables situated right across the street. So if you prefer to have seating over sitting on grass, then this too is an option. The smell from the basket was literally inundating my senses, and when we finally dug in, the taste did not disappoint. Our order came with home-style fried chicken, a buttery biscuit, hush puppies, a side of gravy, and chocolate chip cookies for dessert. The bundle also came with a mason jar of water, as well as metal utensils, just to keep the experience classy. Just an FYI, the restaurant can also prepare special alcoholic beverages for indoor consumption. Now, the chicken was cooked to perfection with an adequate amount of seasoning, and the cornbread-based hush puppies was an excellent side, especially once dipped in the flavorful gravy that came with the order. The star of the show was perhaps the buttery biscuits that brought the entire meal together. If Dinette Triple Crown was going for the home-cooked theme, they clearly nailed it on the head. All in all, a great well-rounded experience, enjoying great food in the open with great weather. This next location is definitely going to be catered to those who simultaneously appreciate architecture and a nice space to either work or simply enjoy a coffee break. The Crew Collective and Café is situated in a heritage building that used to serve as a bank. So immediately when you walk through the doors, you will get a prestigious and luxury feel when you take notice of all of the marble and antique finishes spread throughout the building. On the second floor, you will find a cafe, comfortable sitting spaces, as well as little reservable pods that you could use to have group meetings with friends or peers. It just so happened that during our visit, that there was quite a long lineup to get served at the cafe, but I guess this would be a testament to the good quality of beverages and food being served. Waiting in line didn't bother me too much though, because there was just so much to notice and appreciate about the design of the building itself. Due to the limited amount of seating, we didn't want to stay too long, but I can say that we did enjoy our coffee and cheese-filled pastry. Visiting the cafe just for the interior beauty alone would make the trip well worthwhile. So, if you're ever looking for a place to eat and work, this would definitely be a suitable spot to do both. Despite the gloomy weather, this next location on my list still brought good island vibes to my day. J'S Cuisine is a mom and pop shop that serves the community with traditional, flavorful Jamaican cooking, and they offer something on the menu for both meat eaters and vegetarians alike. While on site, I took the time to chat with the owner just to get a bit of a backstory on how he started the family business that has actually expanded into 2 locations.
Tell me about what made you want to start the business.
Wow, man. What made me want to start a business, man? It was just It was a passion and a fire that I had from I was a very younger age, that I was never being encouraged to pursue my dreams and never being encouraged to pursue my goals. I was working for the tent company, and every year I wanted to go back to school to learn cooking and stuff like that, and I was told that restaurant business is the hardest business. Restaurant, the rates of failure is so high in the restaurant game, you know? Which is true, but I was always discouraged, and I always had a passion for cooking. And I started taking it up seriously, so I started back then when they had BlackBerry, when they had BBMs. I asked my friends if I were to start a business like cooking from home and to sell food, would they encourage me? And my friends, they told me yes, they would encourage me. And back then, that's when we had BBM, so we could send out like a broadcast message. It's similar to WhatsApp right now, but back then was like that. So every day what I used to do, I used to get up, because working in the tent industry, that's what I was used to do. Every winter would be laid off. So I'd have to be going on unemployment and all these things in the winter. And I never liked that. I'm very passionate, I'm very active, and I never liked that. So I started from home, cooking every day, get up early like 6 o'clock in the morning, cooking, and by 10 o'clock I send out a broadcast messaging. I had like 120 contacts in my phone, send out the message, and my friends used to order, and I used to deliver across the city. I used to have a special called Free Soup Friday. Every Friday I used to give out free soup when somebody placed an order, and then I just built the boom dish from there.
What I enjoyed about the restaurant is that there was a good variety of Caribbean food and beverages to pick from. I'm talking jerk chicken, oxtail, fried plantains, coconut flavored rice and peas, stew beef, and the Jamaican national dish, ackee and saltfish, just to name a few. These meals could also be accompanied with their in-house hot sauce and jerk seasoning, which also come in a take-home format. Even their fruit beverages are also made from scratch.
We got some lovely, this is one of my favorite one actually. This is the mango, J'S mango, very nice, very, very good. This is the mango.
And this is brewed in-house, right?
In-house, yeah, we make it in-house. So mango juice, this is the guava juice, very good also. But the favorite of everybody, man, we can't keep up with it. I'm waiting for my stickers to come back in, is the soursop. This is the natural soursop, man. Soursop is very good, very healthy. A lot of health benefit comes with the leaves.
So, if you're in the downtown Montreal region, then you can visit the closest location in Pointe Saint Charles. But I definitely think it's worth visiting the second fully renovated location in Villemard, right by the Monk Metro station, in the case that you prefer to have an improved sit-down experience. Regardless of the location that you pick, you're guaranteed a flavor-filled meal. Now, my next location is a little more elevated in price and also in its physical location. One of the newest high-rise resto bars to open in Montreal is the Hiatus restaurant situated at the Place Ville-Marie Tower. So, 2 elevators and 46 stories later, you will arrive to a beautiful and elegantly designed bar and restaurant that not only offers Japanese-inspired signature cocktails and meals, but also a panoramic view of the surrounding cityscapes, including the famous Mount Royal green space. But while there, you'll not only appreciate the beautiful exterior view, the aesthetics of the interior design in combination with the streams of natural light spilling through the tall surrounding windows underscores the upscale nature of the restaurant and truly gives a feeling that you are in a special location. It was actually quite impressive to also see the kitchen on open display. All of the chefs were seamlessly working together to fulfill the various orders that were coming in. I knew they were particularly busy that evening because the 45th floor just below seemed to have had an ongoing party event. While there, I spent my time at the bar with a friendly waiter who recommended an amazing cocktail that had a unique blend based on a Raku Japanese gin, bitter plum liqueur, soda, and red cherries. Even though I'm not much of the drinking type, I must say that the ratio they chose worked extremely well together. What's great about the bar is that they also serve unique blends for non-alcoholic beverages as well. Keep in mind that while their offerings are quite frankly spectacular, you do have to pay a slightly higher price for the value-added services. But when you take into account what you're actually getting, from the scenic views to the quality food and beverages, it's something that's worthwhile and also something to experience at least once while in Montreal. This next recommendation is situated just east of the downtown Montreal core, but it could be worth the visit if you value a unique retro interior design. The Atomic Café can quite literally be considered a portal to the past, as it features decorum that dates back to at least the 80s. Even the tableware and the style of the utensils used will either give you flashbacks to your younger years or just some type of retro film that you may have seen in the past. Like most cafes, the space serves as a nice spot to hang out, grab a light bite to eat, and get some work done independently or in groups. The back of the cafe also features a performance area for local artists to further lighten up the space. While the menu options aren't too extensive, you'll find a good selection of coffee, pastries, and sandwiches to enjoy while you work or socialize. So, if you're into speakeasies, then you'll definitely want to check out the Atwater Cocktail Club, which was recently ranked as one of the top 50 bars in North America. The location is super well concealed, and it took a lot of second guessing before I actually found the spot, as I had to walk down a somewhat sketchy looking alleyway. But I soon realized that this was by design. As soon as I walked in, I was actually surprised by the classy and upscale interior. It was clear a lot of thought went into putting the retro space together. When looking at their cocktail menu, it became evident that a lot of thought also went into designing their beverage offerings. Their cocktails had unique clever names like Poky Mango or even Purple Rain. The bartender even recommended a fantastic beverage called Life Without Lemons that had a unique rhubarb and sumac soda blend. Being a 90s kid, I also took a liking to the selection of music they had going in the background that brought me back to my high school years. It really added to the already great ambiance. When going, do keep in mind that there is also a nice food menu to choose from, so it will serve as a good one-stop shop to end your evening. Now, I know there are some people who enjoy a typical breakfast menu at lunch, so lucky for you, Dandy offers a brunch menu option until the late afternoon hours, and if you so happen to be in the old Montreal region, you'll be able to pop in and see this for yourself. When we took our seats, we immediately knew that we wanted to try their extra fluffy ricotta pancakes that was prepared with maple brown butter sauce and lemon cream. To also try something a little more lunch-like in nature, we also opted for their buttermilk fried chicken served on a brioche bun. The taste of the food was well in line with how good it looked, and even the side of crispy smashed fingerling potatoes further enhanced the flavors. As an added bonus, the restaurant also had a nice chic look and a great ambiance overall. During our visit, the restaurant was completely full, and might I say, rightfully so. All in all, a great spot to either start your morning or finish your day. So, we've arrived to our next location. It's a little bit later on in the day, but this one is a nice spot if you want to spend it outdoors. So we've arrived to Terrasse Saint-Ambroise, which is a microbrewery, which is a nice place to just enjoy the weather outdoors and to have a nice alcoholic beverage if this is something that you're into. So let's go check it out. The Saint-Ambroise Terrasse should definitely be one of your Montreal go-to spots for the summer months, as it has a great outdoor concept that allows you to maximize your time in the sun and simultaneously enjoy traditional terrace food and fresh beverages that are actually brewed on site at their distillery. On account of this local production, the selection of beers to choose from are countless. Some of the beers are even seasonal, depending on the availability of certain ingredients, like their maple or pumpkin ale. So you'll be sure to at least find something that appeals to your own taste. They even allowed me to try a small sample of their beers before I arrived to my choice of beverage. What's great about the location as well is that it is situated right off the famous Lachine Canal, which is a major artery for cyclists and tourists in the area. But what really makes the space stand out is the overall ambiance created by the music going in the background and the adjacent open field that has an old towering abandoned factory. The historical building really added a certain character to the open view, and right at the top, you will even find a little pink house that has actually gone viral with photographers and online influencers. To further enhance your experience, there is also the option to enjoy this view while participating in some outdoor games should you decide to do so. After speaking with the manager, he indicated that they were winding down their season as we were in the last weeks of summer. But he indicated that they would be open again in May of 2024 to kick off the summer months. This next recommendation is not quite hidden, but still a gem nonetheless, as there are a few cities around the world that have been selected to house the Timeout Market concept. Montreal just so happens to be one of these cities to feature a 40,000 square foot version of this culinary model that brings international dishes under one roof. Now, no Timeout Market will be identical, as they handpick the top chefs and restaurants in the respective cities to form part of the market. These include some of the popular Italian, Latin American, Asian, and Middle Eastern genres, just to name a few. In this particular market, you will even come across meals that have been inspired by some of the most famous and award-winning Quebec chefs. The Timeout Market not only has vast options for meals, but also for beverages and desserts, as it features designated coffee, beer, wine, cocktail, and milk bars. Say you aspire to be a better chef yourself, you'll also be able to put this passion to the test through attending one of their on-site culinary schools, which could also serve as a nice group activity. The nice thing too is that if you have kids or are a kid at heart, you can also pass some time at the mini arcade that features both modern and retro-styled games. So, if you haven't yet gotten the chance to check out this cultural hub, then be sure to do so at your next Montreal visit. Last but certainly not least on my top 10 list would definitely have to be the Commodore Café and Restaurant, which forms part of a newly opened luxury Gatsby-themed hotel situated in the heart of Montreal. While both the cafe and restaurant are accessible to the general public, I would absolutely attempt to stay at the Honey Rose Hotel if you're looking to also have a unique lodging experience. Luckily, I got the opportunity to tour the hotel, and I have dedicated an entire video to this experience so you too can get an idea of what it would be like to roam around in the 1920s. The hotel certainly has a lot of unique amenities, and as such, I would invite you to check out the detailed video on my channel. With that being said, I hope that this Montreal food tour video has been beneficial in helping you navigate some of the unique and creative restaurants the city has to offer. Keep in mind that these 10 locations represent a very small fraction of what the city has to offer from a culinary standpoint, but I hope it will assist in making the selection process a little easier when planning your stay. Be sure to drop any comments or questions in the comment section down below, as I do enjoy hearing from you, the viewer. And if you enjoy this content, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date for any new content that I post on this channel. Thank you once again for watching, and I hope to see you at the next one. But until then, take care for now.